Good morning and g'day, mate. Well, good midday, mid-afternoon, mid-whatever time it happens to be. But either way, g'day, mate. Welcome back to Dyson Sphere with me, Jenny. And of course, we have the Icarus here that blends in with the old assemblers because last episode, we did a bit of decommissioning, okay? We just went and cracked down on a few old production lines that weren't really running. The best example I have, which we're about to go clean up, is this whole production line here. It's not needed anymore because we've done a super automation effort over here. But this episode, I want to do some decorating because we were gifted the joys of colored foundations with all the colors we can think of, and we're not using them. So I want to go through and I want to do some decorating. But one thing I need to do is I need to turn this off because it turns out that I completely missed this build, which is still running on the old crappy assemblers. So we're going to wait for this one to bleed dry as well. It'll get cleaned up, I don't know, probably after the episode. And the first place I want to start is going to be over here. Because this was feeding blue science, which is now dead. It was also feeding into particle containers. So what I want to do is I want to remove that belt. This is our last little bit of decommissioning we have to do. Remove you, and you. We're going to need that copper belt to there for now, but all that can go. All of that can go. Blue science itself can go. And we're just going to rebuild it in just 1 second. Okay, so that's all gone. I need to pack those solar panels. So we're going to wait for the rest of the electromagnetic turbines to bleed out and turn into particle containers. One of the ways we're going to do that is I'm going to set that to 1%. And I'm definitely going to top it up with as many ships as possible. The idea being that if something requests a particle container, that it'll leave from here. Because as soon as they need one, a drone will leave from here and take it to there. Alright, so with that out of the way, next thing I want to do... What is that belt? Why is it an iron belt? See? I'm doing cleaning up. Okay, next thing we need to do is we need to have a spot where we're going to make blue science. And I think right here is a good spot. We're going to bring out item number 2 out to here. Item number 3 out to here. We're going to make those be that and that. We're going to throw some labs there and there. We'll bring a return belt around this side. And ins, outs, blue science, copy, paste, and we're just going to make it, you know, like that tall. Because blue science is pretty slow. Actually pretty fast, rather. We don't need that many machines, so that's probably overkill, and then we're just going to say, yeah, but actually, no, I'm literally just going to go order in 10,000. I really don't mind. Remove that. Okay, good to go. That is our blue science build done. We're just going to make lots of blue science and fill it into the tower and keep the progress running. At the same time, and this is what this episode is all going to be about. It's going to be about, you know, using that colored concrete. We'll come back and we'll do blue science. The first one I want to do, because there's going to also be a lot of jump cuts during this episode, because coloring in the map it's not difficult, it's just time consuming, even more so when you want to stay inside the line. So I'm going to pick a custom color, this one, by, okay, click on the little color, then we're going to left click on the custom color I want, and then I'm going to right click on it to open up the customization. I'm going to change that to 0, which should give me, if I can get that, go right, and then pick the type of concrete I want, either this concrete or this concrete. It should give me black concrete, which should be very appropriate for oil. And my plan is to build the oil from there to there. Nope, one more. Alright, so we're going to give myself a bigger tool with the plus and the minus on the numpad. If you don't have a numpad on your particular keyboard, I suggest you invest in a proper keyboard. That's my only advice. Yeah. I have no idea what the alternate keys are. But we should be able to draw a nice straight line all the way up here. I'm having a 10 by 10 brush. Okay. All the way up to hopefully the end of the build. Yeah, the curvature of the planet's getting to me. And I want to bring that, I think, to there. I don't want to go past there. And this one, I think, let's look at this end, work our way backward. I think I only want to cover to that halfway point. I think I want to draw it on the line of the belt. Maybe we're going to add an extra tile to it. I'm not sure. But now we have the treacherous job of walking up and back, making sure the mouse does not slip one tile too far. Yeah. This is why this episode will feature many, 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 many jump cuts. Like that. Okay, so when you make a boo-boo, you need to change back to this one. Bring it back down. And then remove the coloring. It's still foundation. You've still put down foundation. It's just clear foundation that I've been using for most of the game up until now. And then we go back to max size and we can... I've done it again. Pro tip. Do all the foundation in one direction first and then come back afterwards and clean up. Because there's going to be some cleanup. I decided to just go to there. Okay, now that I've boo-booed several times, I'm going to take it out one more tile, which means I'm going to go with that one. I'm going to shrink it down to one tile, and we're just going to add a one tile border. Yeah, pro tip. Come back and tidy up afterwards. Yeah, it's my mouse needs to lean to left as the world curves. No! To that bit. So close. Okay. Stop, realign, and there. Okay. So then the only thing I need to do is I need to fix my boo-boos, which are all the way back here. There. Fix those. And unfortunately, it's nighttime. But that's a little bit of coloring. And more importantly, if we zoom out to map view and it was not nighttime, we could at least tell easily that that's where oil is, because it's a big black area on the map. But from there, I want to do our hub. Our hub, where we bring in all our materials, where we build everything. In here. I want to do in here. And this one I want to do slightly differently. I want to come in here and I want to go that one and custom colors. I want white. I want boring old foundation. Okay, good old foundation color. And this one is going to be a little bit special. So, first things first, I want to remove some of these sky belts we have rolling all over the place. Okay, let's do a bit of a tidy up. So we're going to have... you, delete. We've got a random gear belt also going all over the place, and an iron belt going all over the place. And a steel belt going all over the place. Okay, so we're going to start with steel. Number 5, which we're going to bring forward and then into that belt. Done. Alright. The next belt in my list is this belt, which is gears. So I'm going to come out from there, number 2, into there, and then swap that direction. That is gears. And next one is iron. So we're going to go out for iron, number 1, into there, and into there. Okay, then the next one is obviously green circuits, which is number 3. Which we're going to bring to there. No. You do not have to be one tile higher. Bad belt. Okay, now we know that. We're going to bring it in to... Okay, it's one tile too many, but into there. Alright. And then the next one is obviously going to be they're magnetic coils. Number 4, which we shall take to there. And then same story. This has been raised up. I don't want it raised up anymore. We're going to bring it in dead flat. Because it now means that these belts, which are taking I don't know and I don't know up and around, can be brought down to ground level. Yep. And yep. So I can get those belts lower. This glass belt, same story. I want it... Yeah, magnetic coils. Need to also drop down to ground level. And just go up when they need to. Ooh, that simplifies my glass belt. And no, do not delete the whole belt, JD. So I want you up 1 level, from there to there, and then down to there. Ooh, and then glass belts can go on that axis. Those belts have all been flattened now. So we should be able to draw a straight line from there to there. And you know what? This is far enough away that it's no longer my problem. How do we fix it properly? We'll just fix it to there for now. Okay. Yeah, so that giant belt now can get out of the sky and clean things up slightly. It's coming to daybreak, which is good. No, that belt needs to go away. Alright, so, the other thing I need to do, this is important, is I need to pick up the trash. Yeah, I need to stand all the way over here. Yeah, I want to pick up the trash. I don't want to actually pick up the trash. I just want it to move the trash out of the way. Because, you know, we're decorating this episode. Alright, that's trash. That's trash, that's trash, that's trash, trash. More trash, more trash, more trash. Silicon trash. Circuits trash. Those are trash. That's trash. Trash, trash, trash. Cool. Oh, hang on. I saw some more. That's trash, and that's trash. Okay. A little bit of a tidy up. At the same time, let's put our yellow belt in there. Our green belt in there. Our yellow sorters in there. Our green sorters in there. I don't have any assembly machines, so that's something. Okay, so we've tidied up the back corner. What else needs to tidy up? I think... I might have to tidy up this as well. But what we want to do, okay, before I get completely sidetracked, is put some antimatter in there. What I want to do is I want to concrete all of this, and I want to keep things neat and tidy. So I want to come out to the edge. Yeah. And up to... I actually want to include these towers. I'm going to take those with me. I'll go put them up in storage eventually. You have a free slot? You have a free slot. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to have a belt... Hang on. That copper belt needs to go away. Cool. That belt and that belt and that belt and that belt need to go away. You were particle broadband, yes. To there, to there, to... Oh. You were particle broadband. 3. To there, to there, to there. You were processors. Which we will take across first and then up. That means warpers can also go on a flat belt. And then this is a copper belt that's temporary. It's feeding the particle containers over there, this build here, until, well, it gets decommissioned, which I'm hoping is soon. Although it is 5,000 of them, so it might be a little bit longer than expected. Okay, I want slot number 5 to come to here. Because I want to have a special belt. Yeah, so I want to have a special belt that comes through this point. Upper tile. Nope, I'm off by a tile already. Cool. Into that tile. And then a whoop. Alright, let's try and get this working properly. There, to there, then up. Alright, so now I know where my top point is. We're gonna fill that with foundations. Fill all of that with foundations. Also means I can drag this belt from here to here. Yep, that'll mark the edge. Bring it to there, bring it up and over those few. And then back down. And it's going to run all along the front edge till we get to this mess. Out of building reach. Please, stop it. To there. Okay, alright. Back to foundations. There is method in my madness, or madness in my method, okay? You did see the intro. It did warn you about the madness, okay? If not, definitely pay attention to the next intro. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to bring out this foundation to here as well. Okay. Because this is where we're going to load and unload all materials. Well, mainly load materials. We'll load them into spaceports and then ship them off intergalactically. Okay, I want to... You're a brick line. You're a brick line that's going underneath and forcing every other belt to go above. Okay, so we're going to remove that. Which means I can remove that. Which means I can remove that. You go straight through. You go straight through. You are a steel belt that's going over to go under to go over because this belt got here first. So, again, in our spirit of cleaning up, we shall remove that, bring that back out. Same port, same everything. Bring that up to there. That means that steel belt can go over the top. The warper belt is up in the sky for reasons. You're going from right to left, I believe. We can bring it up to... Yes, right to left. There we go. And bring that through every tower that gets in my way so I can't see anything. To there, and then down to ground level. Okay, so that leaves my brick belt still... like that. Okay, and then I need to get this belt to curve 90 degrees. Alrighty. Best way to do that is... No, best way to do that is to bring it from underneath, up a layer. And that should give us that belt right there. Should be at a half level and risen. And then we should be able to take a half level and bring it all the way up to the top level. Okay, and then that needs to go at ground level. I need to tuck that under there. Yep, there's going to be some belt tucking. Alright, so then I need to bring this to the end of the line and remove that. And bring that into there. Okay, method to my madness. Madness to my method. Just give me a minute. We'll just add some foundations. I need to keep the lines neat and straight all around the outside. And then fill in everything here. I think I've got all the tiles. I found some random junk on the ground. Thought I got it all. Alright, and then we need to go to here, and we need to say, Red Science, please. I would like several hundred. God, my inventory is full of junk. Alright, I'm going to step away from the project, and I'm going to drop all this stuff on the ground. Now, I have read the comments. I've read the comments many, many times about how horrible I am just leaving all this rubbish on the ground, and how much of a litter bug I am. And honestly, it's not going to change. I want to see how much crap we can leave on the ground, and we're not going to click this button to delete it all until we get to the end game. Okay, until we get to the end game, it actually becomes an issue, and I actually run out of stuff that I can do. we start having a problems game performance-wise, that's the point where I'll delete everything. I will definitely remove it from, you know, important builds like this one and make sure we don't leave stuff on the ground. But generally, no. I'm just going to wait till we get to super end game, and when it causes an issue, that's when we get rid of it. Oh, no, I missed a bit. Okay, that's better. Throw that in there. I think we're good. So, welcome to...
The white zone is for immediate loading and unloading of passengers only. There is no stopping in the red zone.
Yes, welcome to, the loading zone. Well, yes, the loading zone. The loading zone. The white zone is for loading and unloading of passengers only. Well, of anything only. And no going in the red zone. Exactly my point. So, this is our brand new, loading zone, our hub, our everything. So, next thing I need to do is, now we've got this one done, apart from some little bits of spots and pieces that I've missed. Next one we want to go to is green and purple science. Purple science is right here. Alright, so we're going to come into purple science. There is a preset purple, and I'm just going to literally just start, literally coloring the floor. Okay, we're not going to go as fancy as we did for the hub. We just want to have some simple highlights to really let us know when we're coming in from space where different things are. Just some simple color coding, a color map, if you would. Okay, there to there to there. Okay. Nope, one tile too many. Alright, purple science. See? It makes life easy. Nice and simple. Alright, I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to grab all of that because I'm probably going to end up using it. Next one is going to be green science, which is this monstrosity here. All of this is green science. So, same story. We're going to pick a green. We're going to go in beside the cubes. There's that green, there's that green, and there's that green. Delete. Oh, smaller. Just paint those tiles just there in the opposite green. Okay, we're going to go for the middle green, because it's about as fluoro as you can get. Yeah, that's about as close as we can get to green science. Alright, I am going to, basically start with this line here. Hang on, how far out this way we're going to go? We're going to go out to, probably to that line. I actually want the color. And probably to including probably to that tile. Maybe that tile. Yeah, screwed that up already. Alright. With that done, I'm going to put in a cut right here because I have so many decorations that I want to do. I basically want to do all the builds we've done already, which is going to take a bit of time. And I also want to do it in one episode. So I'm going to see you guys in a minute after I get this particular build done. Okay, we are done. We have green science done. More importantly, if we come out to map view, you can definitely tell where green science is. Just the same as you can tell where the hub is, because it has a bright red ring around it. Which means the very next thing, and we've also done purple science, yeah. So we can see where purple science is as well. So it makes things easy to see. Next thing I want to do is want to come up here to this special place we have up here that's close to my heart where, well, we burn everything. And we're going to go with red. 1, because, well, the machines are red. 2, because red fire. And 3, because, well, red and blue is a great color combination. And sort of a little bit of the brand of the channel. So, obviously, we're going to need some red. Turns out outer foundation. Yep. Yeah, I've also cleaned out my inventory a little bit. It was getting a bit full of junk. So, again, this is going to be fairly easy to get the inside done. But when we get to the outside or near the edges, there's a few complications, like that coal mine, which I can already see I need to tidy up. Along with, well, can I please? Thank you. Thank you. Along with this whole section here. Like, at what point do I stop? Because technically, like, as far as I'm concerned, some of these are too long. I want to actually make them shorter, but to make them shorter, I need to have this stone disappear, that coal disappear, the other coal disappear, yeah. And also, we have the start of our next build here. The one where we do, well, one of the many for all the automation of the base. Also digs in to our power circle. That looks good already. That looks really good already. It's going to let us identify the North Pole from the South Pole very, very easily. The red target is not the spot to hit, whereas the North Pole that lights up at night, definitely the target to hit, which looks like it's short on around antimatter. Awesome, awesome. More problems for Jetty to fix. All right. Again, I'm going to put in a cut. I'll do the fiddly bits, and I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, we have a very, very, very red North Pole, South Pole, South Pole. And as you can see, I sort of decided... Hang on, let's fly over there. Let's fly over there. Bring that up. Just so I have something in my hand. I stopped at this line. Okay, this line here is where I chose to stop at. And I decided that anything that sticks out past this line needs to be deleted eventually. But like I said, I need a couple of these builds to just disappear. Technically that oil... and we'll fix it later. Okay, which brings us on to our next section, which is, well, our main production area, which I have already tested, and I've decided we're going to use blue. And the reason we're going to use blue is, like I said, the channel has a... land, Icarus, land. Okay. The channel has a bit of a red and blue theme going, so, you know, a bit like Optimus Prime. Yes, I did colour Icarus in my last series where we were playing heavily with mods. I did make him look a bit like Optimus Prime with a red and blue colour scheme. Haven't done so yet this series, but you know, there's always time. There's always time. Anyway, with that said, what we're going to do is I'm going to, again, colour in things, again, mess up the colouring, again, have to fix it, and... oh, there's a join line there. Oh, that's alright, I didn't bring down the red low enough. Haha! That's also one of the reasons I stopped at some of the points I did, because we go over a fault line, and the colour does not like going over a fault line, and it becomes really difficult. Alright, I'm going to again put in a cut. I think I'm going to do... where to stop? I think... so we have green science down there. I think as all this production here is automation for different things, whereas that's automation for rockets, we'll do this section first. And then we'll discuss about our options, which are fine as long as I probably do the borders first, and then I can swing around the paintbrush and hope to hit every tile. Because there's going to be a certain amount of that going on as well. And odd corners like this. It's like, what do you do? What do you do? Where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line? And how much of the water do you fill in? Because, actually, it's something I should mention. Here, when I originally landfilled it, I tried to leave this lake here, or this little, canal. That's the word I'm looking for. I tried to leave that canal there. I don't know if it's going to stay, but we will see. Anyway, again, cut. Okay, after a little bit of trepidation, a little bit of thought, I decided, no, you know what? We're going to put blue all the way through. Now, I did leave, and I'm still on the fence about these things. I did leave sections like this, where we technically don't have any buildings. I left it open, and I left the natural terrain. I have a feeling that, like, this section, I'm probably going to fill in. This section, 50-50. This section, probably. This one, because it has the water, probably not. But that's all up for debate later. On top of that, if we come down to the bottom of nanotubes, and I land and grab some more foundation, you can see that, well, green stops here because that's a fault line. And then I've left these two natural tiles right along here, which are, well, natural still. Technically, if I use that, technically I should have come down to here and we should have had the two meet one another. But I decided, you know what, we're going to leave a strip of natural tiles. Again, I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether I like it or not, because they are two entirely different builds. I'm also not sure whether I want to take green science and loop the green science build with green science. That's something I'm also struggling with. I'm also struggling with, do I square it off or do I leave it as is? So yes, I'm struggling with a few decisions. But the next decision we have to make is science. Now, I'm going to come... No, not science. Rockets. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to intentionally use... I'm trying to use the pre-made colors rather than custom colors because, well, one, I'm lazy, and two, I'm figuring the devs have got a color theme, a color wheel they're looking at for large parts of the game, and they've tried to match up the colors justly so. So I'm trying to do... Do you have quantum chips here somewhere? Okay, so I have two products. I have quantum chips, which I think is a much more aqua color, and I have rockets, which I think are they're a lighter blue than what we have over here. So we have this blue, and this blue. I think, like, that's used. That's gone. We're not going to talk about that anymore. I have this lighter blue, which I think matches quantum chips much better than it would match the rockets themselves. So I'm going to use the slightly darker blue for the rockets, and then the slightly lighter blue for the quantum processor build all the way over here. So I need to put down yet more foundation. But at the same time, if we swap to north view, we can see that our planet is very much becoming identifiable. Oh, I also went off and did the deuterium, which I didn't show you guys, but trust me, it was not that much fun to do because it's built up near the North Pole where there's lots of different parts of the map that are starting and stopping and joining, and it was not fun. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to again put another car. I think we're going to do this and this in one jump. And so, yes, this is the final product. We've got some blue with some blue with some blue. Now, there was a few things I couldn't quite decide on. Like, I couldn't decide whether to keep that 2-tile gap between one build and the next. I couldn't decide... You are running, are you? Yes, you are running. You're all backed up. Okay. I also wanted to leave the water, the water collectors, the water pumps that also pump sulfuric acid. Yet they call it a water pump. Never mind. I wanted to leave the water they were attached to. So I had to leave a little bit of gap, which means I had to put like a jagged line right here to sort of stop foundationing, to then it didn't look good with a jagged line here, so I had to bring it out square. And there were a few teething issues. But overall, I think, apart from that part right there that makes a liar out of me, it looks good. Okay, so with that done, we can now see, at least easily, we can identify different parts of our planet. Now, there are a few things I haven't decided. Like, I went and did the deuterium. Honestly, you guys didn't miss that much. It was actually a little bit frustrating because it's so close to the North Pole that none of the grids line up with one another, and they move very, very rapidly. So trying to decide what line to do where was frustrating. Hence, I just cut it out entirely. Okay, you guys didn't need to see it. Side note, we are full of deuterium now, which is definitely a good thing because we're going to start using it in the next episode. But yeah, we can definitely see that if we zoom out, we can see where certain things are on the planet. Like, we can see our red hub. That's our landing zone where, well, that's our loading and unloading zone. Yeah, we can see this is where we burn everything. This is major production. That's just green science. That's just the rockets. That's just quantum chips. We can see, oh look, that's obviously purple science. I don't know about doing, I don't think I'm going to color red and green science. Red and blue science, rather, because they're just such small science builds. We've done yellow, which is, like, not that large either. Speaking of yellow, I know we've got lots of yellow science. But yes, there have been a couple of complications. One, we're out of antimatter, which I need to go investigate. Two, we're pretty much done coloring everything on this planet, which means we need to go look at other planets in the sky to go and do some work on. I also came to a small conclusion when I was waiting for the, where are they? Purple science, beside purple science. The two assemblers that could to make foundations. So I wanna change things up a little bit. So our first stop is icy smelting. Why icy smelting? Because I see smelting. That, and this is where we're going to start making foundations. I already took the liberty to make another pride flag because we've done that once. We've went through the process once half a dozen episodes ago. They're all custom colors. Yeah, I think we're good with that. We don't have to go through it a second time. It is a larger build than our previous one, but like it's the same thing. Okay. The other thing I have done is we're going to come to here and I'm going to remove that iron belt. Yeah, I have an iron belt. We have ships moving around iron, but this one's close enough. I'm like, you know what? We're just going to run that from A to B. We're going to run that into there because what I want to do is I want to set up foundations on this planet. And I want to set up a few foundations, like a lot of foundations. So, first off, we have towers. Okay, we have towers here, 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 here. From that tower, the closest I can build another tower is up here. I'm going to come to this line, which is between two towers, unless we push my new tower down a little bit further. It does mean that my next tower has to obviously go in the gap between two existing towers. So we're going to have some complications. But what I want to do is I want to basically make a full belt of foundations at all times. Let's put a power pole there and a power pole there. Okay, foundations. Foundations require two very important ingredients. They require brick and they require steel. Luckily, we make a lot of brick and we make a lot of steel on this planet. So we're going to have number one out to here. Okay, we want brick and we want steel. The other thing about foundations is they need 3 brick to every 1 steel. So what we're going to do is to get a full belt of foundations out, I'm going to need 3 bricks. 3 bricks. 3 belts of brick and one belt of steel. So I'm going to bring all 3 out beside one another. They're all going to have brick on them. And then to make my life easier, we're going to bring out number 2 steel. 1, 2, 3. That's enough room for an assembler. That side. And then the actual output product on that side. Now, to make a full belt, they actually take 1 second. So because I have, because I want 30 items per second, I need 30 assemblers. Because they have a crafting speed of 1.5, I only need 20 assemblers. Because I don't really want to have 30 assemblers in a row, 20 assemblers in a row, I'm going to split the difference. I'm going to have 2 belts of, 2 builds of 10 assemblers. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that is the right title. I hope. Okay, and then that belt goes to there. Okay, so with that done, we're going to want a single one of them. We're going to want you to output to the fire belt, input to there, and then we're going to go input, input, input. I'm going to set you to do foundations, and what I want to do is I want to rotate you twice and slide you over time. And I'm hoping this works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's lots of problems with this. 1, we're building over a fault line, so this grid and this grid do not match in any way, shape, or form. 2, we're trying to use up every available... No, that's not going to work. Okay. Alright, remove. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. If I put you there, that would be 3, that would be 6, that would be 9, that would be 10. If I tab you across, no. We sort of get some lucky bits and some unlucky bits. Okay, I can build you to there. That's 4. That's 5. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I call that a win. I call it a bigger win if I can get power poles into it. Power pole? Power pole, power pole, power pole, power pole. Actually, that was not nearly as bad as I thought. Okay, we're going to cut off the 2 steel belts. So now we have 2 output belts. Now, I did mention that the closest I could put a tower was this line right here. So we're going to put a tower right there. Which obviously I don't want to have that or that. Okay, next thing I need is we're going to bring this up and into there. We're going to bring that up and into there. I'm going to want... let's just turn you on, actually. Can I throw machines in there? You won't probably need the big ones. But we're going to set these up to request in, like, everything we can think of. And as it, this should produce a full belt of foundations. So that's 30 foundations per second, which sounds like a lot until you realize you need 300,000 foundations to do a planet. And we're going to be doing a few planets. All right, I need to... What I actually want is I want these running. So I can actually pick up... yes, it's not factory. You can't press F to pick up things off the belt. I forgot. Okay. We want to go in here and I want some of these. 20. 20 seems like a perfectly reasonable... We'll start with 10. We'll start with 10, just in case. I don't know how high 10 will stack. Alright, I want some storage boxes. Okay, I want a storage box here and I want a storage box here. And off my storage boxes, I want some sorters and some belts. And what we want to do is we want to take a single sorter in, and then I want to have 3 sorters out. And a single sorter in and 3 out. Do I want to do it that? No, because that'll mean... Okay, no. What we're going to do is we're going to remove that and those and that. Because that means... Actually, you're doing half a belt. So that's half a belt there plus half a belt there. If I use these, it means we can go up to full belts worth. No, what we're going to do is we're going to bring that belt in there and that belt in there. Okay. This might seem a little backwards. The idea being, okay, is once, and this is perfect because the tower's not running, so once the tower fills up, okay, we can then fill up these storage containers. Once we start taking materials out of the towers, you're going to need a power pole, yeah, let's just look through things. Okay, once we start taking materials out of the towers, these storage boxes can empty, which I can stack. Okay, hang on, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tall. And each one holds 60 times 1,000, 60,000. Each one holds 300,000. Each one of these stacks can do one single planet. So it's potentially 2 planets worth of foundations there. Okay, that's probably enough. So what I want to do is I want to, and this is where we're going to get things a little bit interesting. I want to have warpers, because I'm going to want to be able to request foundations anywhere. Let's do a remote demand. I want to put in ships, and I want to put in foundations. And then what I want to do is I want to take a next tower, another tower, and I want to put it in the next gap. Okay, and the reason we're doing this is I actually want to run my belts with a number 5, From there to there. You can't collide. Thank you. I can definitely collide with anything I try and look through, because there's crap everywhere. We're in a forest of towers. Okay. And I want to take 2 belts. So that's 60 items per second. This being 30 items per second. This being 30 items per second. This and this being another 30 items per second. So technically we can put 90 per second into this tower. It's a little bit less than that, but I want to be able to take out at least 60 and move them to the next tower. Then, nope, cancel. I mean, that was so many warpers. Yeah, that was so many warpers. Okay. Then I want to go from this tower to the next tower. And from there, we're going to go with foundations. There to there to there. And also warpers. This way I don't have to physically fly the warpers from one to the other. We can just move them with the foundation belts. And the reason I'm doing this, and this is the important one, is if I just have one tower, I can only request 10,000 foundation at once. Then it needs to fill back up. And then I can request another 10,000. If we go to, maybe not a water world, because water worlds you need a lot of soil pile and not a lot of foundation. But if I go to a lava world, or, you know, some of the other worlds we've visited, there might be a situation where I might want to request in 10, 20, 30, 40,000 foundation in one hit. And that's what I want the ability to do. I want the ability to go here and go, okay, alright, I want 40,000 foundation delivered now. And I might not be able to spend it fast enough, but at least I can put down 4 different towers, request it 4 times, and the towers don't have to be powered up at the other end, don't forget. They all get their power and their warpers from this end. They just fly across. Okay, so we have 3 belts going to the first one, 2 belts going into the second one, and then we go down to 1 belt and 1 belt, which means you need to fill up. You're not going to move. You're going to fill up, and you would in theory fill up had the buffer boxes been full already. But it also means that I've probably killed... no, steel is okay. Steel is okay. Where do we make brick? Wherever we're making brick is probably not doing well. It's probably had better days. It's technically we're using 3 belts of brick. Yeah, we're technically using 3 belts of brick. So that one is doing coal, which we just have none of. So we're going to come here. We're going to set you up to be stone, local demand, brick, and once again change over a recipe. Alright. So that should get that going. Now, I don't know if I actually have enough stone on this planet. 3 million stone. Where is it all? Right there with all the wrong type of belts. Okay, so we need to do a quick jaunt around the map. Stone vein. You know what? Just, if it can be upgraded, it should be upgraded. Good job, Jetty. That's iron, that's silicon, which is probably already be done. That's stuff, that's stuff. That's titanium, that's stone. That will not have been done. Yeah. Do that really quickly. Because there's one more project. There's one more project I want to have done before we leave this planet forever. Leave this system forever. Coal veins. Stone veins, that's what I want. There's more stone. Nope, it looks like we've already done that one. Alright, I think I've done a lap of the planet. Maybe. Maybe I got everything, maybe I missed something. Either way, I think we're good. Okay, so, going back up here, you're the new stone. It's getting there. It's getting there. I don't really want to... Oh, actually, well, we've still got more power. Alright, what we'll do is we'll tick that on as well. And you don't have ships. That would probably help. That would also help, having some ships. Okay. Alright. Oh, there's that one. There's that one right beside where we are. That seems like a good one to upgrade as well. Yeah, it's not going to make an ounce of a difference. But, you know, we've tried. So I'm going to have 80 miners on me. Okay. Alright, so with this done, we've done what we can on IC smelting. We have a decent amount of storage. We have a decent amount of foundation. We should, like, this one should fill up, then that one will fill up, then that one will already probably be full, and then this one will fill up, and then finally, it means when we go to a new planet, I can just request all the foundation in the world. But there's one other thing we need to do. We have finished our sub to JD, but I think we need to go launch some more cannons. We just need a little bit more oomph, a little bit more crystal power, because we did find out already that we didn't have enough antimatter to make the universal matrix. So, once again, one more cut. Alright, back on Western Huzen we are, and where is our friendly cannons? And our friendly cannons lead to our ray receivers, and our ray receivers lead to our antimatter situation. So we have 3,000 antimatter fuel rods. You guys don't actually have enough Dyson Sphere to work properly. And we have 235 antimatter. Okay, so what I've done to prioritize this system is we were running, this one was sending all its antimatter this way. This one along was sending all its antimatter to left. Okay, I've now made both these send antimatter in here because we need it for science. But the other thing that would help that is having more ray receivers, having them be able to pull in more power. So what we're going to do is not there. Up here. Yes, we're going to bring in... Do I have cannons on me? No, of course I don't. We're going to bring in just a few cannons. And I'll set that to 0. And have some foundation. I have lots of foundation. And what we're going to do is we are going to wrap the whole planet in cannons. Because I just want... I want to be able to fire faster, okay? That's my first thing. And I think we're going to be doing a fair bit of this off camera, because just looking at the path we're taking, there's a fair few belts I'm going to have to remove, or reroute. Reroute's probably more accurate. Okay, well, there was definitely some drift in that pass, but yes. Okay, let's just cancel you for the moment. Alright, we'll just put in a planning route. I want to go from... Hang on. We need to look at... That's the tower. When I get to the many, many squiggly belts, I need to stop. Because I want... Best way to explain this. One belt will feed a significant number of cannons. I don't know how much it is off the top of my head, but I do remember from last series that one belt is not quite enough to feed all the cannons around the whole equator. You need 2 belts. So what we're going to do is we're going to run 2 belts. We're going to run one belt in this direction until we get to the squiggly belts. And then we'll run the belt in the other direction. Can I just fill that in slightly? Cool. That's also too high. Nope. I have a feeling we're coming up on the squiggly belts. Alright, I need to do that. Yeah, squiggly belts. Okay. So, yeah. 2 belts are required. So we need to run one from one side of the planet, and then one from the other side around the planet. And then we should be good. Yeah, there's There's a certain amount of spaghetti I'm going to have to deal with off camera. Under that one. Over that mess. Back down to ground level. Yeah. And then this whole belt I'll need to deal with. Which is stupid, because you should just be going directly in there now. What are you? You're stone. Stone. Problem solved. Yep, that wind turbine's got to go. Run that belt through to there. That wind turbine's got to go. This is the squiggly belt town. So obviously need a tower above here. And that way I can just run. Hey! We might leave one squiggly belt cutting through the middle. I don't know. Yeah, I obviously need a tower up there so we can reroute all those belts. But I need to have a lot of cannons. And our plan is going to be firing sails completely. Why? Because sails are cheap. Okay? Sails are... Where are we? Sails require graphene, which comes from fire ice, which is an infinite resource. They also require photon combiners. Photon combiners have two recipes. One is prisms. Prisms are glass. Glass is stone. It's literally smelting. It's literally smelting. It's no production lines. There is a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of circuit boards required. But one circuit board is one bit of iron, half a bit of copper. So it's not super complex. And of the resource it uses the most of, it's stone. It's two prisms from one photon combiner. One photon combiner is going to give us 2 sails. So for 2 prisms, I get 2 sails. For every prism needs 1.5 glass. 1.5 glass requires 1.5 stone. So every sail is 1.5 stone plus 1/4 of a piece of copper, 1/2 a piece of iron, and 1 piece of graphene, which is 1 piece of fire ice. They're cheap. So what I want to do is I want to come back here and we'll do this in a cut because, yeah, there's going to be some belts to clean up. But what I want to do is we've already gone through and set these up for 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. We're literally going to re-enable this. And I'm just going to leave it running. Okay, I'm going to leave it running. I'm going to fire up extra sails. We're going to just build out the sphere. I don't really want to add more Dyson structure to this planet at all. I would really prefer to leave it as is with just our skywriting. Nothing else. Nothing else. I don't want to overcomplicate things. Also, I'm trying to keep the processing power for our home system as reasonable as possible. This is one of the reasons I've spent some time doing cleanups and all that sort of stuff, because it is a very organic base to start with. It was built in the mood of things, and it became what it became, and then since then, well, yeah, it's had a bit of a tidy up. So that sail's coming across right now. They're about to be dropped off. Where am I? I'm right here. We shall see ships 1, 2, 3, 4. Dropping off sails. Oh, we've already got sails. Never mind. We've already got sails. We've already got cannons. But yes, I built sails from that point to that point. So I did half the planet. We're now going to do the whole planet. And that means I should have a constant stream of sails now. Which also means I'm hoping we can get enough antimatter out. Because we're reasonably close, but we're not quite there. And I don't know if there's enough antimatter to keep up with our research, because I need research running. But yes, with that said, I need to go grab a whole bunch of cannons, yep, and get to building. So we end just about where we start on this planet. We do have a little bit more power. More importantly, I have a lot more cannons running. We have looped the whole planet in a bunch of cannons. There's still builds in the way all over the place, but we are mining faster, we are smelting faster, so hopefully they go away. And I don't really want to put cannons on another planet as well, but like as these deteriorate, I made sure I spaced them correctly, so we should be able to just lower the belt and put the cannons in when they disappear, when they're mined out. But yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. If we go to production stats, antimatter. Last hour. Yeah, you can slowly see the slight increase. Slight. Very, very slight. Dyson Sphere... No. Well, we can see we're launching a decent... We were launching. I turn it off. We've now turned it back on. We're launching more than ever before. So we're definitely getting there, even though it just got turned back on, like, you know, minutes ago. But, you know, you get the picture. You get the picture. We should be launching more sails. Now that we do have a problem being that we're so close to the orbit, occasionally the cannons have to fire straight up. I don't like facing straight up. It's a thing. It's a thing. Nothing I can do about it. Yeah. But with all that said, I'm actually going to end the episode here. We've done enough prep work. We've done enough colouring in. We've done enough, even though Jetty can't colour in inside the lines, that's beside the point. We've done enough of everything that we should now be at the point where we're going to go off-world. We're going to go off-world. We're going to start on a whole new system. And actually, the first thing I'm going to start with is launching some rockets. A lot of rockets. I have looked at some of our choices, and, you know, they range from, you know, a A-type star to a B-type star to, I have no idea what a C-type star is. But we also have, like, red giants out here, you know. That looks impressive. It's nice and big. We have A-type stars, which are actually white dwarfs, basically. What else do we have? Is that a... No, that's a B-type. Oh, there we go. There's a white dwarf. That's actually a white dwarf. It's an itty-bitty one. The A-type star is a little bit bigger than a white dwarf from memory. We also have G-type stars. G-type stars. Like a sun. Like a soul sun. We also have lots of options. You know, we have a black hole. There's a neutron star around here somewhere. Neutron star. But I actually think the first one we're going to go out and see is, just by sheer chance, one of the first suns we went and visited was Magna, which happens to be an O-type star. Now, O-type stars are important for two different reasons. One, they're bright at 2.4. Compared to our home star where we started, Mr. Tacker is at basically 1, 0.998. Magna 2. I don't want to click on Magna 2. I want to click on Magna. Oh, you're making this difficult. Okay, 0.9 compared to 2.4. So a lot brighter. On top of that, much larger radius. Much larger radius. Which also has implications for the Dyson Sphere. But they're all things we're going to be exploring in the next episode. It also happens to have 6 planets. Which is going to be, well, one of them's a gas giant, so we won't count that. But it has 6 planets, so yeah, we're gonna be covering Magna in tomorrow's episode. But with all that said, this is where I need to call it for this episode. Look, it's a little bit weird one with jump cuts all over the place. But it was decorating. We were doing decorating, and honestly, we went through and we did some of it on Twitch. And if you haven't followed me on Twitch, I do recommend you do so. You'll probably catch Dyson Sphere. Actually, you'll probably catch something every night this week. I'm doing a whole bunch of streaming this week, and next week on Twitch, just about every night of the week. But yeah, we did some of the decorating on Twitch, and it was not quick. It was not quick. There was several hours worth of decorating stuck into this episode. But with all that said, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to leave it here with our Dyson Swarm, our Dyson Structure, wherever the hell that is. Oh, it's over there. And an icy smelting right there in the background. So, with all that said, I'm out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next one. Bye.